Yeah. Hair flip, yeah, I'm a badass bitch. I don't like it. Hair flip, yeah. Oh my god. So you guys should be happy. Oh my goodness. Hair flip. But anyways, hair flip. Hair flipping on these hoes. Hi. Whoa. 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 Okay. It is a lot going on, Beach. It is a lot going on, Beach. It is a lot going on. I think we need the Holy Spirit to activate because, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm about to be messy. Hey. Stormisha. Oh my goodness.
Hey, they say I ain't safe
because I cuss a little bitch.
They're the only judge that I need, and that's it. They always in my business, but they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible, but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way? So you better do it, Lord.
Are you guys mad?
You better get him, Lord.
Are you guys
before I get him, Lord.
Oh my goodness.
Hey.
Hold on.
You cannot. Okay.
Hold on. Let's get right into what matters. Hold up. Let's get right into what matters. Oh, girl, this was good to me. This was a shout out to Conscious TV. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is this real or fake? Is this real or fake? Oh, what is going on? Oh, hello, let me pull this up.
Storm, what happened? You brought this nigga to my house. That's what you did. You chose
to become friends with the nigga. You're a grown ass, done nothing but help you, Storm. What have I done? Storm.
What happened? You brought this nigga to my house. That's what you did. You chose
to become friends with the nigga. You're a grown ass, done nothing but help you, Storm. What have I done? Storm.
What happened? You brought this nigga to my house. That's what you did. You chose
to become friends with the nigga. You're a grown ass, done nothing but help you, Storm. What have I done? Storm.
What happened? You brought this nigga to my house.
Oh my goodness.
That's what you did. You chose
to become friends with the nigga. You're a grown ass, done nothing but help you, Storm. What have I done? Storm.
What happened? You brought this nigga to my house. That's what you did. You
chose to become friends with the nigga. You're a grown ass, done nothing.
Shout out to Stormisha. Shout out to Stormisha. Oh my God, I want to be friends. Oh my God, no. Oh my God, I almost wanted to be friends. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, did we just become friends? I was like, wait. Are we friends now? What just happened? Oh my God, should we be cool? Like, I don't know. Stormisha, I was feeling this. Real or fake. I was feeling this.
With the nigga, you're a grown ass, done nothing but help you, Storm. What have I done? Storm.
What happened? You brought this nigga to my house.
Oh my goodness.
That's what you did.
Oh my goodness. It went down. It went down. I like low key, like almost felt like bad for Storm. Like I'm just like, oh my God, why do I feel like bad for him? Like I like low key felt bad because it's just like, girl, you done threw this man all the way up under the bus. And you trying to come alive and make it seem like he threw you under the bus. Like, no, he did not. No, he did not. You threw him under the bus, Transrena. Like, girl, you are very messed up. And Tasha, girl, don't you got a case to lose? I'm like, you about to lose your life financially in court. And you dealing with all this bullshit? Like, girl, you would think this is the last thing that would be on your mind. But I mean, I guess not. or whatever. So, but yes, so Storm finally said, give y'all a couple highlights. Shout out to Conscious TV. Love him. Make sure I go check him out. So like and subscribe to Conscious. Love him. Conscious TV. Go over there. Subscribe. So, Storm finally admitted, he did this interview about his car being stolen and whatnot. Just to print, like he said, like his spare key was missing, like low key. So, Chelsea, girl, let me find out you took Storm spare key, girl, and gave it to Transrena. Because Storm, like, low key insinuated that Tasha had his car stole, but he didn't really say it though. It was more so like Tasha. Tasha was feeling some type of way. So Tasha was feeling like, Stormisha was saying that, girl, she had his car stolen, and Tasha had to come clear her motherfucking name because Tasha like, wait a minute, not Storm. Now I did not have that little car stolen. That little cute car you got, I did not have it stolen. So Transrena had to come up there because I don't know if Storm was trying to insinuate that it was Chelsea. I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know. All we know is that Stormisha car wasn't like broke into. It wasn't like hot wired or anything like that. Whoever stole his car had a key basically because there's no damage done to the vehicle. And Storm stated that out of his own mouth. Okay, that there's no damage done to the car or anything like that. And then he said that his YouTube plaque, his 100,000 YouTube plaque was in the vehicle. And just so happened, somebody hit him up and was like, hey, I have your plaque, like tagged him on Instagram or something like that. And was like, I have your plaque, which is just really weird because it's like, if he has the plaque, then he's the one who stole your car, like 9 times out of 10, putting 2 and 2 together. I would call the police back immediately. Like, okay, well, this random person is tagging me saying, come and get my plaque and bring some money. So I found the motherfucker that stole my car. So I stole my car, Jody. So yes. So a lot of people thought that Storm did it. And they're like, Storm, your car was not stolen. You putting too much on this. You just parked it in the back. It's normally parked in the front. You lying with your beige ass. So people thought Storm was lying. So he called, his, I don't know, I guess his friends, whoever they are, because Von's gone. So, according to Storm, that was so his only friend. So we thinking this whole time, especially me, like I stole my car, Jody, like pretty much like, he stole his own shit, because anybody stole that motherfucking car. And then by coincidence, the people just know you and then oh, this is Storm Monroe. Let me contact him. He's on YouTube, whatever. So Storm is insinuating that he feels like he was set up, and he might have been, if it was truly stolen, it might have been, especially no damage done to the vehicle. You would think, whatever. So Stormisha was putting it out there as like maybe it was Chelsea, maybe it was Vaughn. Shout out to Real Talks with Miss Nisi. Thank you, sweetie, for the super sticker. It could have been Vaughn, it could have been Chelsea. He said the last time he saw the keys was in May. I'm like, how you know it was May? How you just remembered it? Oh, it was May. Like, I'm like, it's like every bit of January. How you remember literally the last time you saw that key was in May? I'm like, yeah, that's weird. But whatever. So the key came up missing. And so did his core. So allegedly, he feeling like either Vaughn or Chelsea or Tasha had his car stole, bitch. So I was just like, oh my God, this is juicy. Now, is all of this true? Who knows? Like, this could just be because, Tasha could be trying to distract the people, from everything she got going on with court because she's losing. So hair flip, it is what it is. But either way, I'm here for it. Whether it's real or fake, oh well, I'm gonna go down this, do this, whatever. So Storm pulled out his bag because he sent Conscious TV proof that because people were saying that his car was repoed. And Storm was like, no, my car wasn't repoed. I owned it. Like, I own it. So they didn't repo it because I own it. Right. Shout out to Cassini T. It could be a distraction, Cassini T girl, but I'm here for the distraction. If they want us to talk about this bullshit, I'm gonna talk about this bullshit. They want to set up Conscious TV as and I'm not saying setting Conscious TV up. They're using Conscious TV as their arena to help him build, number one, but to do their dirty work, elsewhere. Because Tasha could be doing all this on her own channel. Storm could be doing all this on his own channel. They could all be doing this on their own channels. This is why I feel like, a big part of it is fake. Because it's just like, all of this shit can be going down on their own channels. Like, these can be conversations that they have in private. Like, we don't need, especially Tasha and Storm, we don't need to be privy to anything, especially them having a disagreement. We don't need to be privy, to any of that. So it was to genuinely, how I feel is that, most of this is a gimmick. Like, it's not necessarily real, to a certain extent. And they're using Conscious TV's platform to do, all their dirty work on, and at the same time, it's helpful for Conscious TV because it's building him in the process. Who would normally get this energy would be radio. But since radio fucked Tasha over, she's giving it to Conscience. And Conscience, and I'm completely fine with that because, like I said, Conscience deserves it. So I definitely think that they're using Conscious's platform as their stage. It's more sort of like their arena. If you notice, Chelsea keeps going there, Vaughn keeps going there, Storm keeps going there, Tasha keeps going there. So I do. I feel like they're using Conscious TV's platform as their arena, if you will, while helping him build because all parties like Conscience. That's not a coincidence. That everybody likes Conscience. I'm like, yeah, that's not a coincidence. Chelsea likes Conscience. Tasha likes Conscience. Storm likes Conscience. Vaughn likes it. Everybody likes him. So that's not a coincidence. They're definitely using him. And to a person like Conscience, why I wouldn't mind either. Like, I mean, this is going to build me. Shit. Y'all keep coming here to throw jabs and shit at each other. Hey, you go right ahead. That's why Conscience is doing what? I ain't never been no fool.
House. That's what you did. You
chose to become friends with the nigga. You're a grown ass, done nothing but help you, Storm. What have I done?
Conscious is sitting back, being the king that he is. So he ain't doing shit. He just sitting there letting them run amok. But this is the plan. This is so whether he's in on it or not, I'm not saying that he is, but he could be. Tasha's known for a good scheme. She definitely is. And when she does it, she makes sure that all parties involved are getting some type of compensation. So this helps Conscious with views, with subscribers, all of that shit, while they're building their platforms too, using a smaller platform to build their platforms, as well. Because Conscious is the middleman. He has really nothing to do with nothing. He's just chilling, and Tasha's running amok, Storm's running amok, Vaughn's running amok, Chelsea's running amok, while all still bringing attention to themselves as well. But where that attention is being brought from is Conscious's platform. So he's a part of it. Now I'm not saying he knows. It could be unknowingly, him being a part of it. Or, Tasha could have definitely gave him the heads up, like, we're going to be doing all this shit on your platform, type of situation. Normally, radio would be the center point. But since radio messed up with Tasha on Conscious's platform, again, not a coincidence. I feel like they're using his place as the arena. So which I'm completely fine with because, like I said, I don't mind giving Conscious a click in the view. I like him, so I don't mind that at all. And he's a neutral party. Like he doesn't really have anything to do with anything. He's just there, getting the tea. So he's not doing anything. So and another thing, because they keep coming back, Tasha and Storm will argue. Or have that word, she'll have her words with Vaughn, and then when one of them leave, she'll come back. Why? Why do you keep coming back? You keep swearing you're done, but you keep coming back. Okay, this is for a reason. This is not just cuz. All this shit ain't unraveling, just cuz. But I do think that a lot of things that start off fake become real. A lot of times, especially when you're a kid and you start off play fighting with somebody, then that shit turn real because it hits you a little harder than what you were expecting. And then that turned into a full-on fight. So I do feel like it has spilled over in certain ways. I feel like a lot of this was fake and some of it is starting to become real because of the jabs and the things that are being thrown weren't expected. I don't believe Tasha expected Storm to insinuate the fact that she may have had something to do with his car being missing. And I don't think that Storm likes the fact that Tasha insinuated that he may be doing drugs. Schnee. Coca-Cola. Without the soda. So, yes, because you can tell Tasha's feelings was hurt when she was approaching Storm within this moment. And Storm's feelings were hurt when Tasha stated, because Storm finally said what Von allegedly said to Tasha about him. And it was, which Tasha, I don't know if you're paying attention, but I'm always paying attention to this, and you changed your story. So let's get into that. So Storm says that Tasha told him that on Thanksgiving, Von told her that while Storm and Von were together at Storm's home, that Schnee dealer, that Storm pulled out some Schnee and did some Schnee in front of him each. So that's what Von has said, right? So Storm is upset by that. That's why Storm is like, he's 86. Like, that is the furthest thing from the truth. I'm done. I don't want anything else to do with him, type of situation, after Tasha told him that. Storm's feelings was hurt by Tasha because Tasha, now this happened Thanksgiving, okay, which was last year, November. Tasha just told Storm this month in January about Von allegedly saying that about him. So Storm was upset because he's like, you and I are supposed to be better than that, Tasha. We're supposed to be cool. So with us being cool, why would you wait until you're falling out with Von to tell me this when this nigga stay in my house? Like, he was staying with me. I would have been got rid of him if I would have known that he was saying things like that about me. After I showed him nothing but hospitality, looked out for him and whatnot, did things that I didn't have to do, all because you asked me to. So for you not to tell me, that is messed up. So Storm's feelings were hurt, that Tasha did not tell him. He was upset by that, which makes complete sense. I said, I would understand if somebody's supposed to be my friend, somebody come and tell them some stuff like that about me, I'm going to be upset if they don't tell me. Like, why would you not tell me? Like, we're supposed to have each other back. So, Tasha came up there a little bit after Storm finally said, what Von allegedly said about him to Tasha. And Tasha came up there basically telling Storm that she kind of believes it, how his behavior has been lately. He's been acting very sporadic, and just this person she doesn't know, type of situation. So maybe, there's some truth, to what Von said about you, after Tasha confronted him and basically put in her own words that Storm was insinuating that she had something to do with his car being stolen. Okay. Storm also confronted Tasha about doxing him and saying that he lives in Buckhead. Okay. This is another reason why because Tasha was trying to excuse doxing Storm. Like, no, you can't excuse that. I don't tell people know I live in Lawrenceville, but they know you stayed in Lawrenceville. No, girl, you done got doxed, Tasha, because you're consistently doxing people. You and Storm ain't on no motherfucking live talking about, we live in Lawrenceville. Like, yeah, no. Girl, you tried it. So doxing you is doxing Storm at the time because Storm lived like 2 blocks away. So, I mean, that is like low-key doxed him. That's only if people knew how close he stayed to you. A lot of people didn't know that. A lot of people didn't know that Storm lived 2 blocks away. Well, I didn't know. I had no idea. It was beyond me. I didn't know until she said it, on her live, that she basically told Storm, you got all this house and it's just you, you should move. He stayed right by me. I'm like, damn, like, I had no idea. So she tries to make it seem as if Storm said on a live that he was moving to Buckhead. And Storm said, I've never said that on a live. Like, and Tasha's like, oh, you never said that. You never said that. So if I go to one of your videos right now and pull it up, blah, blah, blah. Storm like, okay, we'll do it. Because I don't recall, I know I didn't say that I'm moving to no fucking Buckhead. Like, I never said that. Like, you tried it. You said I was moving to Buckhead. So Tasha was making it seem like Storm doxed himself. Like, you had already said that. Beige. I don't know why you up here tripping now, you little fucking hobbit. So, hair flip. So Storm wasn't going. So that's when you see this clip right here. It starts to get into this part right here.
Nigga, you're a grown, done nothing but help you, Storm. What have I done? Storm. Storm.
What happened? You brought this nigga to my house. That's what you did. You brought this
chose to become friends with.
So Storm is very upset, you know, by, you know, because Tasha's trying to make it seem as like, you know, but what did I do to you? Thank you, Latrice. You know, what did I do to you? What did I do? But what did I do? No, that's what I'm saying. It probably started off as fake. I'm telling you, Storm is not an actor. He's not good at it. Storm is not an actor. Okay. This is not acting right here. This isn't acting.
But help you, Storm. What have I done? Storm. Storm.
What happened? You brought this nigga to my house. That's what you did. You
chose to become friends with the nigga. You're a grown ass, done nothing but help.
That's not acting. That is how Storm feels. Storm feels like a caged bird. And he's finally speaking for himself, because this situation that Tasha has put him in and how she has chose Chelsea over him opened Storm's eyes to other shit. So that's what I'm saying. It may have started as fake, but no. Like I said, it's no different than when you're sitting there play fighting with somebody. You know what? You're just play fighting. You know, it's like we're not fighting to get serious. We just, you know, slap boxing. You know, that's all we're doing. And then that person hits you a little bit too hard. And then all of a sudden that fight turns real. I think this is turning real. I think it started off as fake. I do. But I think it's turning real. I do. I do. I think it's turning real. It's turning into something else. That's why it's not good to do shit like this, because it can turn into something else. And this is exactly what's happening. So I'm not saying this whole story is true. No, I feel like a lot of it is fabricated, especially on Chelsea, big forehead ass end. A lot of it is fabricated. I do. But that emotion that Storm is feeling within this moment, Storm is pissed at Tasha. He is upset with her. And she has hurt him. His feelings are hurt. You know, I really feel like people are overlooking that. Like, these people still don't have feelings. Like, they're not human. Everything they do is for a quick interview. Not everything is. When I got into it with Pissy Alley, everybody thought that was fake. No, I'm like, you will see. As time goes, you'll see certain things start to change. Now, I think Tasha's doing damage control because she realizes herself that Storm is hurt by her. And Tasha keeps trying to excuse it because Tasha was, because a person can only take so much. So Tasha had been hurting Storm for so long that she feels like he should just get over it. You know, just get over it like you normally do. It's how Tasha's treating this situation. Like, man up like you normally do when I fuck you over and you just lift your head up and keep going. You know, do that. Like, why are you holding on to this for so long? Like, let this go. Because it was supposed to be let go already. That's what I'm saying. It turned real. At first, it was fake. I do. I feel like a lot of that shit was set up, stunts, capping. But it's turning real. There are things about this that still are fake. But there's a lot about this that is turning real. That emotion that came out of Storm, that is real. That is Storm. That is him upset. This is what we don't see from Storm. Storm is always trying to be laid back. He's always biting his tongue. He's always beating around the bush. He's not beating around the bush anymore. Like, especially with the shit that Tasha's saying. Tasha sat up there and publicly said that she thinks this man is doing schnang. That is fucked up. That's messed up. What's fake about throwing allegations on this man? And y'all supposed to, man, like that shit should have never happened. It should have never got there. So that's what I'm saying. It's turning real. It may have been fake starting off, but to sit there and put those type of allegations on Storm, to say that you agree with Von on him allegedly doing schnang, come on, Tasha. That's foul. That is foul. That is low. That is low. You do not have to go that low. Because Storm never said that Tasha stole his car or had her. He never said that. He never did. He ain't said shit. Tasha put words in that boy's mouth and tried to insinuate that's what he was insinuating, and he wasn't. I don't know who Storm thought did it. I know that he definitely is making it seem as if it's somebody that's been over here. I don't know exactly which one of these motherfuckers, but it's one of them. You know, it's how Storm was putting it. I don't really even feel like he was having Tasha be like a suspect. You know, I don't feel that way. I don't know. Maybe Tasha just felt guilty, or feel like because he's saying something against Chelsea, that's saying something against her. I don't know. But Storm did prove that he owned the vehicle, that the vehicle did not get repoed. And Storm also pulled out his man bag that he got from Vaughn. So Vaughn gave Storm a bag, a beach, before they fell out. And Storm pulled out his man, his little man purse, his little mangina purse. Girl, that Vaughn gave him, that his niggle gave him, bitch. Jody, my Jody. Jody, my Jody. So he pulled out his little big beach. I was like, gone, girl. Yes. So when Tasha and Storm started arguing right here, Tasha made me laugh. And she made me laugh, although I don't like this whole. She made me laugh because she said, Storm, Vaughn is your best friend. Vaughn is your friend. You told me that you guys wrestled. I said, not wrestled. Y'all was wrestling? With clothes on? With or without clothes? Is that what you call it? Is that what the kids are calling it nowadays? Wrestling? Like, I'm like, hold up. That's what Tasha said. Tasha said, Storm, this is your best friend. This is your best friend. You told me y'all wrestled. Tasha said y'all wrestled. Bitch. Tasha said y'all WWE'd. Tasha said y'all wrestled. That's what she said. So Vaughn giving you bags, y'all wrestling, y'all look now. What is going on? What is of the going on? Oh my goodness! So Tasha said that Storm said that him and Vaughn was wrestling. Nah, I don't. That's what she said. I was listening. Tasha said that this is your best friend. Y'all wrestle. You told me that y'all wrestle. I said, "Ooh, Tasha, not the wrestling girl." I said, ooh, girl, shut your mouth and keep on talking. Wrestling, girl, what was it at? Girl, Tasha, don't stop to tell us, girl. So Storm, he was pissed. Storm was very upset, like he absolutely was. But they was giving up the tea, like on each other, and whatnot at all. So Tasha said that she has proof that Storm called her toxic because it was recorded. Tasha said that she has proof that that Storm called her toxic because it's recorded. So I'm like, okay, well, who recorded it? Like, now it's recorded, Tasha? Because Tasha didn't say that. Tasha didn't say that. And then here's another thing. Tasha, you be lying. You be lying. This is how I know you be lying. Because when you went live and did your Dear at Storm Monroe, Tasha, girl, I'll be paying attention, girl. No, she did not drop the recording. She said that she was going to send the recording to Conscious TV, but she did not drop it. She did not drop the recording, but she did say that she was going to send it to Conscious TV for him to play it. So, but she said that she has it on recording, and Storm says that he does not recall. So that's when she tried to catch Storm up, like they catching up in court on the stand beach. And was just like, oh, well, do you not recall? Or because you said that you didn't say it. You said that she didn't say it. You said that she didn't say it. So, I told y'all Tasha's feelings was hurt when Storm said that shit about her, right? Storm said, I never said that about you. I said that about Vaughn and Chelsea, and I said it to both of them beige bitches' face. So it's like, he's like, you tried it because I said it to their face, girl. So then, girl, look, this is a lot. So then when Tasha had said, that, I didn't say that. He said he didn't say that. So Tasha said, yes, you did because it's recorded. So I don't know if Vaughn recorded it. I'm assuming it was Vaughn. because allegedly Storm said it to Von. So if he said it to Von, then either because Von wouldn't allegedly told Chelsea, you know, that Storm said that, you know, about Tasha. So I'm assuming Von recorded it. I'm assuming. So but we'll see. So with the whole recording, you know, and whatnot, why I say Tasha's lying about the recording is because when she went live and did the Dear at Storm Monroe, she said that Von told Chelsea that, not anything about I heard a recording. So she was basically saying that it wasn't true, you know, from, you know, it was just Von basically being a liar trying to turn Tasha and Storm against each other, you know. So Tasha was saying it as if it wasn't true, you know. That's how she was saying. And now all of a sudden you got a recording. Then why don't you say that on the Dear Storm Monroe? Like, why didn't you say, she didn't have to say she had a recording. She could have just said that she knew that Storm said it. She didn't, she made it seem as if Storm didn't say it in the Dear at Storm Monroe that she deleted. The live she did about Storm a couple days ago, and she deleted it. So she made it seem as if Storm didn't say it. It was more so of Von just trying to wiggle his way in and drive a wedge between Tasha and Storm. So I'm like, okay, well, Tasha, I feel like you're lying about this recording, because you never said that you knew for a fact that Storm said this about you. It was just hearsay through messy ass Von. So I'm like, okay, now you have a recording. That's weird. Tasha, another thing I have to trip you up on. You said that Von said, I also think you're lying about the allegation about Storm doing Snane. And this is why I think you're lying about it, Tasha, because you said to Storm on here that on this show that he told you, or that Von told you on Thanksgiving when he came to your house on Thanksgiving, because Von went to Tasha K's house for Thanksgiving last year, and he allegedly told Tasha that Storm pulled out some Snane and did some Snane in front of him, and he wasn't feeling that, right? Here's the thing. When Tasha came back up on Conscious TV panel tonight, after Storm left, Tasha said that Von said that a dealer came over to Storm's house. So which one is it, Tasha? Did he pull out a bag of Snane and do it in front of Von? Or did a dealer come over there and sell him some Snane? And then he did the Snane? I mean, like, make up your mind, get your lie together. Because I'm like, that doesn't make sense. You didn't say nothing about somebody coming over there selling Storm anything. That's not what you said, girl. Y'all go over there and listen for yourself. When Storm was on the panel, she said that Von told her that Storm has some Snane, and he did the Snane beach right in front of Von beige ass. And then when Storm was off the panel and she was off the panel, she came back up there and talked to Conscious by herself. And she said that Storm, a dealer came over there and Storm bought some and shit in front. So which one is it? I'm confused. I'm starting to think you're lying. I'm starting to think that you made up this allegation about Storm doing Snane to make sure that you ripped him and Von apart, and you succeeded. So you got what you wanted out of it. What hurt you was, Tasha, is that you're so used to Storm just doing exactly what you're saying and not questioning anything and questioning anyone. Storm did just that. Storm questioned Von and told Von certain things that you felt that he shouldn't tell Von, but Von is his friend. They're friends. And Storm was being what you wouldn't be, Tasha. You know how you told Storm about allegedly all of this Mr. 2 Weeks gay stuff with Jeffree Star and Von supposed to be involved and all of that stuff. Storm went and told Von, because that's what friends do. When Von told you allegedly that Storm was doing Snane, you didn't tell Storm until it benefited you. You didn't tell him right away, because that's what friends do. You didn't do that. So Storm is an actual friend, because he wouldn't tell to Von like, look, there's some crazy shit being said about you, player. Like, hold up now, because they're friends. But Tasha, Von can tell you some crazy shit about Storm, and you just hold it in. Everything ain't content, you bald-headed hoe. Everything is not content. Oh, I'm going to save this for later. I'm going to put this in my just in case I want to get rid of Von pocket. That's weird. That's weird. And then, Tasha, girl. Tasha said Storm has not been in contract with her for 2 years. So Tasha responded to me because she definitely watched my show because I'm a very badass bitch and that hoe is always over here with her bald head ass. And she responded to me because I was talking about Storm earlier and Storm allegedly still being under contract and still giving Transmitted Kiwi a percentage. So that bald-headed peacock was talking to me. With them crumbs, them motherfucking perm crumbs, them stressed out crumbs on top of her motherfucking head. She was talking to me. So she said that Storm has not been under contract with her for 2 years, at least. That's what she said. So she was saying, so she's starting to think that Storm saying this whole 6-month thing is putting people under the impression, you know, that she still has him under contract, which is not true. She's saying that she doesn't have Storm under contract. That's what she said. That's what she said. And then, you know, after Storm dropped off, because Storm dropped off, Storm was, you know, he was done. You know, he was like, you know, at the, you know, he cussed her out. After he cussed her out, because I don't give a fuck what nobody say. This is pure, real, raw energy.
What have I done? Storm.
Storm. What happened? You brought this nigga to my house. That's what you did. You brought this
chose to become friends with.
He feels betrayed. Storm feels like you betrayed him, girl. Storm feels like you betrayed him, girl. No, ain't no smirk on Storm face, LaRon. LaRon, look, when have y'all ever heard Storm get loud or anything like this? When? This
Help
is real.
You, Storm. What have I done? Storm. Storm.
What happened? You brought this nigga to my house. That's what you did. You
chose to become.
He is mad.
Nigga, you're a grown ass.
Storm is mad. I don't give a goddamn.
What have?
When nobody say Storm is angry, that is real, right? He was serious. That was Storm. He was really upset. I really believe that way. Not everything is acting. Everything, and Storm is a horrible actor. So that is real. How his expression after and all of that. He is upset. He's mad. Like, why can't he get mad? Why can't he get upset? Like, right, he snapped. That's when a person can only take so much. So it's like, bitch, you done sent this motherfucker to my house. He got these allegations out here about me, which was never supposed to, it was not in our lie. That was not in our lie, Tasha. Tasha, me doing Snow Schnang was not in a lie. Now, you done brought this motherfucker in my life, girl. You need to stop sitting here like you ain't got no accountability to take within this moment. No, he is very upset. That was real. That was real. Absolutely fed up. That was real energy. I just don't feel like that was fake. I feel like there are, like I said, there are a lot of fake components about what's going on within this story. But there are plenty of fights that start off as little jabs and they turn real. You can't have all of this drama and people really not start the feelings start to get intertwined and whatnot. Storm has publicly said that he's blocked Tasha. And then Tasha trying to sit there and make it seem like, oh, well, if Storm wants to talk to me, Storm can talk to me. Storm also said to Tasha that she tried to sun him during that Dear Storm Monroe live. And she did. She sunned the fuck out of Storm. She absolutely did. And that was bogus. How Tasha did Storm in their Dear Storm Monroe live. That was fucked up. That was not cool. How she did him. She sunned him in that live. And that hurt Storm feelings too. It's like you sitting here basically telling everybody everything you don't like about me. You don't like about this podcast and whatnot. And the podcast was only trash. When I did my first review on the podcast, even in the title, transphobic perverts. Because Von and Storm's podcast was completely perverted. It absolutely was. They ran amok over there. They ran amok with how insensitive and disgusting, especially with the treatment and how they, especially Von, and how he treated those women that came on that panel. It was gross. It's nasty. Like all of this shit you sit here sending these women, you don't know these women. You're asking them about their private parts, all of that, like sex toys, and telling them that they own them. And it's not even in a good way, in a way to where they're bringing it out themselves. It's just, you don't have any questions but for them besides perverted ones. Like that's gross. Like, so that's what it's like, ew. And that's not Storm. Like, that's not normally what Storm does. So what Tasha's saying, you know, that's not part of Storm's brand. This is not what Storm does. You know, Storm is intelligent. You know, the majority of his audience is women, you know, and whatnot. You know, him sitting here basically trying to prove the fact, you know, that he is straight. And, you know, he don't have to do all of that. You know, it's what Tasha was saying. But Storm wants to grow. Storm wants to branch out. He wants to do other things. He wants to be looked at differently. And that's okay. Like that's not wrong. You know, I'm not going to say that, but there are different ways of going about it. I just think that the podcast would have been completely different if it was Storm's podcast and he called it light-skinned niggas and Von came on to his platform and, you know, the topics and things that they would talk about. I think it would have been a lot different, you know, if it was on Storm's watch. But you hand the microphone to a perverted little fucking mentally teenager, Von, a child that just found out about sex pretty much, you know, I mean, you get what you get. You know, Storm is different. You know, Storm is more intelligent, you know, than Von. You know, when Von is a fucking idiot. Like, I mean, he literally, he's an idiot. You know, so, I mean, that's why he doesn't have much value in the things that he talks about, because he has nothing to talk about. All he's done his whole life is use people. He go from woman to woman, sucking them dry for whatever he can financially until they get tired of his bullshit. Him out here fucking everybody with no Trojan. And then he moves on to the next. He's fucking pathetic. A fit loser. An athletic dipshit. I mean, that's pretty much a dumb fuck with muscles. Like, I mean, like that's what we're getting. A deadbeat with abs. You know, so I mean that's what he's giving. He's a whole fucking loser. A whole clout chasing loser. You know, is what he is. You know, so I just feel like if Storm was running the podcast that they had, it would have been a lot different and it would have been better. And it would have had better topics, you know, and whatnot. It wouldn't have been, let's just be pervs all day. You know, let's talk about titties and vagina and see how many females we can run through on this line. You know, and because that's all Von did. He's a loser. Literally, a loser. Literally. He wouldn't know hard work if it was standing right in front of him. He's never had to do anything like that. He's so used to using females. That's all he do. He's a fucking loser. And so, you know, it is what it is. But Storm was completely upset with Tasha, and he's still upset with her. His feelings is hurt. And Tasha's feelings is hurt too. That's why I said this started off as fake. I do. I think it started off fake. But now, them jabs are real. Those jabs are real. And Tasha said that Storm is not on contract with her. Tasha, you made yourself look really bad tonight. You really did. You did not have to attack Storm like that. You didn't. You didn't. That's why I said I like low-key felt bad for Storm. I did. I like, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real. I felt bad for Storm because I'm just like, well, damn, this is messed up. You know, and I'm just like, especially that this is happening right here, because you can tell Storm was trying to keep his composure like he normally does. He was trying to keep it cool. But Tasha just blindsided him with that. I think Von telling the truth. I think that's what really pissed Storm off. I think Storm was all for the acting and whatnot, but then she threw that in there. Like, no, this is not what we agreed upon. Like, no, you got me fucked up. People are already out here trying to make me look like a lot of other things, but now you're trying to, and then this is coming from you. You know, somebody that know me, somebody that been around me. It hit different. You know, when it's somebody that's, you know, that you fuck with. You know, this ain't just some random person on YouTube talking shit about me. This is my mentor sitting on this line telling people that she thinks that I'm doing shno-shname, that she thinks that I'm an addict. That is crazy. And then Tasha also basically forced Storm to have said to her that, you know, he feels like she has something to do with his car coming up missing. Nah, Storm never said that. From my recollection, I never heard Storm say that Tasha has something to do with his car missing. I never heard him say that. I never heard him insinuate Tasha is being involved. I listened, and I didn't hear that. So I don't know if she just got it because maybe, you know, Storm was insinuating Kelsey, and maybe Tasha took that as if you saying that my, you know, that my employee did it, then you coming for Kiwi Studios. You know, you ain't just coming for, you know, her within that moment. You would be coming for me too, saying that my employee has something to do with your car coming up missing. Tasha said that there are recordings of Von talking shit about Storm. Von was arguing with Tasha, saying, you know, where are the recordings and whatnot. Von, you're such a fucking idiot. Let's get into this. Now, when all of this first happened and Von went live for the first time, Von went live and said that he does not blame Tasha K. Tasha K doing what she's supposed to do. Blah, blah, blah. She a content creator. Blah, blah, blah. And he had all the blame for Chelsea. But then tonight, you know, it's fuck Tasha K, fuck Tasha K, fuck Tasha K. I'm like, well, why? Where? It should have been fuck Tasha K when she first went live and did the Dear Storm Monroe. Tasha threw Von completely under the bus. And like I said, denounced him. And Tasha said the same thing. Like Tasha's not, you know, there's no reason to lie. Yes, I was publicly getting rid of him, letting the world know that we don't deal with him, that he's going away. We flushing him down the toilet. So she called Storm to put Storm up on game, like, yeah, we're getting rid of Von. And we're getting rid of him. He says you did no shenane just to make sure. Yeah, you still want to mess with him? Oh, you done. We thought so. Yeah, separate yourself from him immediately because we're done with him. You know, type of situation. So Von, so Von was the target, you know, initially. He was the target. But Tasha didn't realize how strong of a relationship Storm and Von had. Because Storm went back and told Von basically almost everything that Tasha had told him. So with that being done, that pissed Tasha off. You know, because Tasha like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't tell you to go tell him that shit. I told you to just cut him off. So that's what I'm saying. Storm is asking questions because something must didn't feel right with Storm. Something must didn't sit right. You know, when Tasha told him that information, you know, he's just like, no, wait a minute. This is, you just dropped too much on me. You just dropped too much on me. So now I need to go check the references. I need to go check with these other sources and see what they actually have to say about this before I'm just 86ing people. That pissed Tasha off because now she feels like Storm's loyalty is with Von and not with her. Strike one. One of the things to where I feel like was not planned. Now they planned everything. I think like Tasha was planning, making all of this drama to distract people. But as you're creating all of this drama, there's going to be a lot of things, loose ends, a lot of things that turn into something else, a lot of jabs that's a little bit too hard. You know, you hit me a little bit too hard, you know, type of situation. And Tasha did not expect that jab with Storm going to tell Von. Completely unexpected. That's why she keeps bringing it up, because that's the birth. That's the birth of the thing that wasn't planned. Because they're not talking about all the shit that was planned, as you see. Mm-hmm. They went up there talking about none of that Chelsea shit because all that shit was planned. They talking about the shit that wasn't planned. The reason why this went from being a storyline to now this shit is turning real. Because didn't nobody tell you, Storm, to go say nothing to Von. Because that messes up the lie. Because then with Von, he gonna tell his truth. You know, whatever his truth, whatever, because he's a liar too. But whatever his truth is within that moment, he's gonna tell his truth. So that was the railroad. You know, that's when it's just, you know, the cards are the derailing, you know, because Tasha didn't expect that. She expected I just tell Storm what I told Storm, and then he's just going to walk away. He's not going to say anything to Vaughn. And he did. She didn't expect that. She didn't expect that. Just like Storm did not expect Tasha to say that she believes that he may be doing shenanigans. Storm did not expect that. Storm did not expect that. And when she said that, this brought out this energy in Storm, because she said this before this.
What happened? You brought this nigga to my house. That's what you did. You brought this motherfucking nigga to my house.
With the nigga, you're a grown ass, done nothing but help you, Storm. What have I done? Storm. Storm.
What happened? You brought this nigga to my house.
Storm is serious right there. He is serious. I can tell. I don't know why. I can just feel it. Like I feel it. I'm like, he was serious right there. He wouldn't yell at Tasha, like, or anything like that. He's fed up. You can only take so much from a person. And Storm is tired of being the motherfucking punching bag. You know, it's just always me. It's always falling back on me. He done took the brunt of all of this shit. Case in point, Storm went live the other day before Tasha went live and did the Dear Ass Storm Monroe. Storm did not say anything. He really didn't say much of nothing. It just was talking in circles. You know, he really didn't say much of nothing. And then Tasha went and did her Dear Ass Storm Monroe. When Storm came back live, he came with a completely different attitude, a completely different outlook. Storm was pissed, but he was still trying to hold back. He was, because that was not part of the plan. Tasha, you never say anything about coming forward sunning me. And Tasha didn't feel like she was sunning Storm because she kept the Dear Ass Storm Monroe more so on Vaughn. But what Tasha wasn't realizing, saying that Storm shouldn't be, you can't talk about sex, you shouldn't be talking about sex, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, why the fuck would you be at this place and do that? That's not you. That's not you. And all that. She was really disappointed in Storm. So Storm was feeling like my mom is sitting over there trying to chastise me, you know, type of situation. And Storm is like, I ain't nobody fucking child. Like, I'm not a kid. I can do what I want to do. I'm a grown-ass man. You know, it's how Storm was feeling. And Storm even said it tonight. He said, like, you sunned me. Like, she did. She sunned the shit out of him. She made Storm look like a child. She talked about Storm like he was a toddler. Like, she did not talk about Storm like that was an adult that can make his own decisions. No. She was telling Storm what he could and could not do. Could and could not do. That's messed up. Like, it's like, girl, like, people are already make it seem like Storm can't move without Tasha's permission. He can't do shit without requesting it from her first. He got to go through her before he can do anything. So this is you coming live talking how you talking to me right now. It make it really seem that way. Like, I can't do anything new or to do any, you know, the shit that I want to do unless you approve, you know, type of situation. Like, it was kind of feeding that narrative. So Storm was pissed. And then on top of that, she doxed him, said where he lived and all of that. You doing a lot. You ain't say nothing about doing all this shit. You ain't say nothing about going live telling motherfuckers where I live and shit. You ain't say nothing about doing it, because I would have told you, no, don't go in there and tell them I live in College Park. Like, don't do that. Like, why are you telling people where I live? I'm not even doing that. So why are you? Like, you're crazy. Stormy never went live and said that Tasha lived in Lawrenceville. He's never doxed her, said anything like, he's never put her address, city, nothing. He's never done any of those things. So for Tasha to feel like she can, and to even try to excuse it tonight, like, oh, well, you said that. So I'm like, well, when I say that? Tasha like, oh, I can pull the video up. So I'm like, okay, go ahead. Pull up the video of me saying that I'm moving to College Park, that I live in College Park. Like, I never said that. So there was a lot of jabs that, you know, people take personal. You know, like when you say certain things, that's what I said. She meant to jab, but she hit too hard. So when she hit Storm responded, you know, and that's when he went back live. If you watch his live from before Tasha did the Dear Ass Storm Monroe, he was cool, content. Everything was Gucci. And then after Tasha went live and did her, Storm came back with a whole new attitude. And then cut to all of this shit that's going on with Chelsea, you know, and whatnot, and how everybody's to blame but her. Chelsea's so innocent. She hasn't done anything, although she started all of this shit. She started it all. But she's not to blame. And Storm is tired of that as well. So for Tasha to sit there and try to make it seem as if she has not done anything, This is why Storm is mad. Like, all of this shit is happening because of you. You know, like within this moment, like you're the allegations, all of this shit. This is all Tasha. Chelsea's not doing that. This is Tasha. Chelsea never came forward and said nothing about Storm or no Shanane or nothing like that. I can't put that on Chelsea. I got to put that on where it's coming from. And where that's coming from is Tasha and Vaughn, allegedly. Like, we don't have any proof that Vaughn said any fucking thing, but Tasha did just state this out loud that she does believe what Vaughn told her allegedly about Storm using Shanane, which is effed up. Tasha, that is messed up. Like, I knew that, like, you're a despicable bitch, but I really didn't think that you would do that to Storm. Like, I really didn't, think that way, because that's messed up. Like, I mean, it really is. I just feel like that's messed up. Y'all supposed to be so cool, and whatnot. So for you to publicly humiliate him like that is crazy, because that's humiliating, to some people, to put that type of, allegation on them. Like, that's crazy. Like, why would you think that this would be okay? If you're so worried about my image, if you're so worried about my brand, why would you let everybody try to tell people that I'm doing Shanane? Like, that's something that people want to promote or support. Like, why do that? Like, what sense does that make? That doesn't make Storm look good. I mean, if you ask me, that doesn't make him look good. I'm not going to say people that do Shanane are horrible people, but, I do think that what she did to Storm was horrible. Like, I do. I felt bad for him. I felt embarrassed for him, because it's just like, well, damn, Tasha. Like, girl, this how you treat your friends? I would hate to say how you treat your enemies. Because, girl, like, I just don't feel like Storm deserved that. And I'm used to arguing with both of them. So, and I'm gonna keep on arguing both of them because, but whatever. But I did feel bad for him, because I'm just like, well, this is messed up. Like, you're literally throwing this man under the bus for no reason. Because you don't have any proof of the allegations that you have besides he said, she said. So there's no... And if you had a recording of Storm saying these things about you, that you are toxic, Tasha, does it warrant you saying that this man is on drugs? Because he said that you're toxic? You said I'm toxic, so you're a cokehead? What? I just found that crazy. I did. I felt bad for Storm. I was like, that's really messed up. I did. Absolutely. So, it is what it is. I do feel like I said, I will admit that I do think that this started off as fake, but I do think it's turning real now. And I know Tasha's on Conscious TV right now still, because she's doing damage control. I feel like she's going to stay on there and try to talk until she can get Storm to come back up there, because she knows what she did to Storm was fucked up. And Storm has not been talking to Tasha, and Tasha has not been talking to Storm. Storm said that he blocked Tasha and Chelsea on all platforms. He said he blocked them. He has not talked to Tasha. You could tell with the energy that they had on the phone. On Conscious Live, right here, because Tasha got mad because she said that Conscious told her that Storm wanted to talk to her. And Conscious said, no, I didn't say that. I said that I was talking to Storm, and I feel that Storm should reach out to you. I feel like you guys should talk. So that means that they hadn't spoke. That means that this is getting real. Like that. They're not. In order to keep this storyline going, don't they have to talk? So they can know what's the next step, what we're going to expose next, what we're going to do next. Don't they have to talk for that? If they're not talking, that means that this shit is turning real. Is what that means. And you can tell that people don't want Storm and Tasha to go at each other. Like, you can tell. Even the energy in the chat, they're like, no, ooh, oh shit. Because even me, like, I literally sat up because I was about to go to sleep because I got an orthodontist appointment in the morning. I would have got to go get my braces tightened tomorrow. So, my girl, that's why I'm like, let me jump on tonight, because my mouth might be so tomorrow and I do want to jump on. I just do a surviving. So, but yes. So, yeah. That literally made me sit up. I'm like, whoa. Did she just say? I'm like, Tasha. I'm like, why would you say that about him? No, I mean, I'm not like literally like in defense of Storm, but I just don't feel like Storm is using. I don't know. I just don't feel like he's. I don't know. I just don't feel that way, and I could tell that his feelings were really hurt, within that moment, and I think that it's kind of like laugh to keep from crying. It's kind of like yell to keep from crying because I feel like Storm's feelings were really hurt by Tasha within that moment. I really do. I feel that he was hurt. That wasn't him to me like screaming out of I want to fight you. It was him getting upset. It's like, how dare you? Like, why would you do this? Like type of situation. Like, why would you take it this far? Like, do you not hear yourself? Do you not see what you're doing? Like, like I really do. I just don't feel like he wants to hurt her or like wants to attack her. I just feel like he's hurt on the inside, and he don't know how to explain it. So since he can't, it's like he's getting angry. Like I'm mad. Like some people when they're sad, they don't know how to express it. So instead, they get angry. Like yeah. So I feel like Storm is hurt. I do. I feel that Tasha has hurt his feelings really bad. I do, because it's like everything is falling apart. Like this shit was supposed to be a joke. This was supposed to be something that was supposed to blow over quickly. And now it's like this shit is ruining us. Like it's ruining everything around us. And what that thing is Chelsea. Absolutely. I think that's what it is. I think it's Chelsea. Yeah, I do. I think that she is the conduit that came through the camp, because everybody's trying to make it seem like Vaughn destroyed the Kibi camp. No, Chelsea did. It's Chelsea. Like, it's not Vaughn. I mean, if you think about it, Chelsea got the camp running amok. It's not Vaughn. Vaughn's not even a part of it. He's not even a part of the Kibi camp. Chelsea is. So if the camp is in an uproar, Storm's issue with Tasha originally started with Chelsea. And the reason why Storm and Tasha got that issue was Tasha defending Chelsea. So Chelsea is the common denominator in why Tasha and Storm are no longer, to why all of this friction is between them right now. She's the friction. She's the friction. I mean, if you think about it, it's not Vaughn. Tasha got rid of Vaughn. Vaughn is a clout chasing ass little beige little bitch that keep running around these streets talking about I miss Storm. I miss Storm. Like he a clout chaser. He in every live, every chat. He is over there clout chasing. Vaughn is 86. He's doing everything in his power to stay a part of this. Just like Tulsa, Oklahoma, psycho ass. Just like that psycho with a wig on. They doing everything in their power to clinch to this, because they know as soon as it blow over, so will they. Let's keep it real. As soon as this shit blow over, so will they. They won't matter either. Chelsea, big forehead ass won't matter. Vaughn won't matter. And neither will Oklahoma. None of them gonna matter. They're not gonna be being viewed. None of that shit. Very basic is what they're going to be. They don't have no content. I don't want to sit over there and listen to no beige one muscles that's a deadbeat. Ain't got a piece of a motherfucking job. Sitting over there looking for the next female to rob blind. Nah, that's not content to me. No country nigga that didn't pass the 5th grade, but made sure that he was fucking by the 4th. Yeah, I'll pass. I'll pass. Like, yeah, that's nothing to watch. Very bland, very dry. Storm was the reason people were going over there to that podcast, not no motherfucking perverted ass Vaughn. Like, yeah, girl, please. Cute only gets you so far. He's literally the definition of when people say that that person's attractive but dumb as a box of rocks. Yeah, literally. What we talking about? Ankle monitors? How to lose a woman in 30 days? Like what we got to talk about? The fuck? Like, yeah, he's very much trash. So, yeah, just saying, very much trash. So, Tulsa girl, Oklahoma, sex worker, barn house liver, girl, Blue from Holiday Heart, girl, go sit down somewhere. Go sit down, girl. You're very boring. We're sick of you. Like, please go sit down. Like, ugh, she's everywhere but where she needs to be. Girl, you keep it up, and I'm gonna call that a sane asylum down there, girl. Put a 5150 in your ass. Yeah, none of them will matter once this blows over. Chelsea just gonna have a big motherfucking forehead. And Tasha said that if Chelsea sleep with another client, you hear how that sound, Chelsea? But you're supposed to be a lady. If you sleep with another client, you're fired. That's what your mama said. She said you sleep with anybody else, including Shaq. Yay, you're fired. Mm-hmm. That's what your mama said. That's what your mama said. Your mama said if you jump on the Z, if you do that again with another client, it's over. And we're gonna hold Tasha to that shit. She sleep with another person, with gross. How does that even become a rule? I'm starting to think that you and Tasha sleeping with each other. I'm starting to think, Chelsea, that you and Tasha are eating each other's carpet. I'm starting to think that both of you bitches are some dykes because she's a little bit too protective over you. I'm like, yeah, this is getting real. We're sleeping together-ish. I'm like, yeah, this is getting creepy. This is weird. She's giving girl Cleo from Set It Off. Like, I'm just like, hold up. Y'all, look, because everybody want to say that shit about Vaughn and Storm. Well, I could say the same thing about Tasha and Kelsey. And Chelsea, guys, I'm mighty close. Chelsea has spent the night at Tasha's house plenty of times. Tasha looked like a whole nigga. A whole nigga. And she looked like she liked to play with scissors. She looked like she likes to play with scissors. Like she likes to run around the house with scissors. Don't run with scissors, girl. Don't run with scissors, girl. And we can say that about Vaughn and Storm because of them being close. I could say the same thing about you, trans lesbiana, bitch. We could say the same thing about your nigga looking ass. We could say the same thing about you, girl. Like, wait a minute. You invited Chelsea to Thanksgiving dinner, all of that shit. Who is her real date? Because y'all went, if I wasn't paying attention to motherfucking Chelsea, you defended Chelsea like that's your woman. You telling Vaughn to go have sex with her and shit like that's your woman. Like, girl, you're weird. Vaughn showed those text messages, oh, just go sleep with your woman and be happy. What? Jealous? Tasha, you always say how beautiful Chelsea is. We don't say that shit. I be looking. She be like, oh, Chelsea is so beautiful. I be like, who the fuck is she talking about? Because I know she ain't talking about that big face bitch over there with that weave. With them flat titties. I know she ain't talking about her. I'm like, girl, please. Tasha, you always say how beautiful Chelsea is. And how she this and how she that. Oh, is she? You looking that hard? Because rumor has it Chelsea was trying to holler at Storm before she tried to holler at motherfucking Vaughn. So she just thought bust down Tatiana. Rumor has it she was trying to sleep with Storm first. Is that why you pushed Vaughn over there to her to make sure she got with Vaughn so she wouldn't sleep with Storm? Girl, because you like your mentee? Yeah, you're weird. You're weird. Girl, you're weird. Girl, you're weird. Because I can say that you're sleeping with Chelsea if we can say that Vaughn was sleeping with Storm. Okay. Chelsea done spent the night at your house. Big Dot. Girl, whenever you get through, let's be honest. Let's be honest. I ain't got no picture of that big head hoe. And I'm not going to look for one. I'm about to fuck my computer up trying to say that shit. No. Guppy looking bitch. She looked like the Angelina Jolie character on Shark Tales. Big dots. I'm not fucking up my megapixels and my I just got this computer working back right. No. Hey, cups of conversation. Hey, girl. I'm not about to fuck up my computer. It just started acting good and shit. Girl, I just got it back together. That's a lot of forehead to be fucking saving. Girl. She of course, she's over there unconscious because she's a basic bitch. That's what basic bitches do, run their mouth. That's what they do. Run their mouth and they go on platforms they feel comfortable running their motherfucking mouth on. Because those bitches don't want to talk to me because I ain't scared of none of them hoes. I will fry all of those bitches at the same motherfucking time. Chelsea, Vaughn, Storm, and Tasha. I'll go against all them bitches by myself. No assistance. And I will cuss all them hoes out. They won't get a word in edgewise, just like Tasha did Storm. He could barely get a word in. They'd be the same. I cuss all them bitches out. The vocal. I cuss all them bitches out. Big dots. Big dots. Right, they ain't nothing to hate on. They not nothing to hate on. I could sleep with Vaughn. I got coin. That's all it take. He don't discriminate on genders and none of that shit. Oh, your bag big enough, he'll come fuck you. So I mean, because if I really wanted to make that bitch Chelsea jealous, that's all I would do. Sit on that nigga motherfucking face. Sit on that nigga motherfucking face and send that bitch a picture. Snapchat. Hey, Chelsea girl, how's your night going? Remember this? Remember this, bitch? Remember this? Girl, act like these niggas be hard to get or not. He's a whole prostitute. Like, girl, please. Like, there's nothing to be jealous of because that's all that bitch wants. That's the only way to make that hoe jealous is doing something with Vaughn. Why do you think she on Tussler neck? Because Tussler weird ass be sitting over there flirting with Vaughn. That is her issue with Tussler. With Oklahoma. That's the problem. They don't have no real beef. They don't have no actual beef. It's just that she won't Vaughn. They both won't Vaughn. That's all that is. That big head hoe ain't got nothing to be jealous of. Tasha is getting fried in court, trying to force mistrials by submitting evidence that's not even in the what they already submitted and shit. She going through enough. Her life over there in fucking ruin. Why would I be jealous of that? Like, so shout out to Rustica, right? I ain't hating. I'm just telling the truth. They're not nothing to hate on. That's how you make that hoe jealous. Chelsea, flirt with Vaughn. Yeah, bet you get a DM. I bet you somebody just start trolling you all of a sudden because she's a weird ass stalking ass bitch. It's what she is. She needs to go sit her big head ass down somewhere. Ain't nobody studying this bitch. That's why she need this wave. She needs it. Because she already know as soon as this story die, so does she. With her basic ass. Girl, she is trash. Fucking trash. Her and her mama. Tasha over there look. And then they gonna keep doing the same shit. Like if the shit is old. I mean, like at this point, I mean, it's literally old and it's being like drug on. You know, at this point, that's why I said I'm just gonna entertain it for my people because I got a whole bunch of messages. So if my people don't message me about this shit, I will not be talking about it. I discuss it when y'all say, like, look, this is a hot topic. It's 1,400 people in here right now. Shout out to all 1,400 of y'all. Hit the like. Subscribe if you haven't already. So clearly, people want to hear about it. You know, so, but as soon as my audience is done with this, so in the fuck will I be? So they better keep it juicy. They better get Storm to hoop and holler again. Because as soon as this story dry up, we on to the next. I can't wait to talk about something new. Honestly, I can't wait. But I mean, this is happening in the present, so we're gonna talk about what's going on in the motherfucking prison. You know, I mean, it's that simple. But you know, it is what it is. Let's get into this clip.
Storm,
what happened? You brought this nigga to my house. That's what you did. You brought
you chose to become friends with the nigga. You're a grown ass, done nothing but help you, Storm. What have I done? Storm. Storm.
What happened? You brought this nigga to my house. That's what you did. You brought
you chose to become friends with.
Can y'all believe he was yelling at his mama? Can y'all believe that? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe it. Look at Stormisha. I was like, oh my God, let's be friends. Let's be friends.
But help you, Storm. What have I done? Storm. Storm.
What happened? You brought this nigga to my house. That's what you did. You
chose to become friends with the nigga. You're a grown ass, done nothing but help you, Storm. What have I done? Storm. Storm.
What happened? You brought this nigga to my house. That's what you did. You
chose to become friends with the nigga. You're a grown.
I'm not gonna lie, I got so happy. I got so happy. I was just like, gone, Stormisha girl. You better stand up for yourself. Because I mean, I was proud. This is a proud moment for Storm. He stood on his own 2 feet. You know, for somebody that always is telling him what to do, always controlling his moves, he took his power back, you know, within that moment. You know, so that's why I say I was proud of Storm. You know, not because he was like, I don't want him to cuss Tasha out or anything like that. I would rather them get along. Honestly. Like, I don't want them to fall out. Like, I mean, if they do, it's, you know, more entertainment for us. But I'm not requesting that they fall out. That does nothing for me if these two don't get along. Like, what does that do for me? Them getting along did nothing for me. So why them falling out do something for me? Like, that's weird. But I was proud of Storm, you know, within this moment and taking his power back and just like, look, nah. I'm a grown-ass fucking man. Stop acting like you didn't do shit. Stop coming at me. You've been doing this shit for years. And Storm, I feel like Storm just dealt with it. He did. Before, he would just, whatever Tasha say, he would just do. Whatever Tasha say, he would just do. And I think Storm is getting sick of that shit, especially when Tasha's throwing him under the bus. She's throwing him under the bus. And I don't know how the winos is gonna feel about that shit, but overall, I was proud. I'm not gonna lie. I was proud of Storm. I really was. I was like, okay, good for you. Good for you, Stormisha. So I'm not hating. Like, and I'm not saying that, like I said before, I'm not pushing him to argue with Tasha. I don't want them to fight. I mean, if they're having a disagreement, that's on them. But within this moment, I was proud of Storm, you know, because it's just like you stood up for yourself. And that's good to see because Tasha always sunning him. You know, even while within this conversation, she kept over talking him. He could barely get any words out. Girl. Am I though? Hot and bothered? I've never wanted to sleep with that dude. I don't know. Maybe rewrite this. Rewrite this shade, trash bag. I mean, your name is trash bag. Need I say more? Rewrite your shade, bitch. It didn't come off how you was. It didn't hit. Rewrite your shade, bitch. I've never found transgender attractive. Hot and bothered. Isn't that what that usually means? I mean, what? I don't want to sleep with that nigga. Like, yeah, you tried it. Like, yeah, rewrite your shade. Rewrite your shade. You did it wrong. Try again. Dust yourself off. Try again. Like, yeah. You tried it. Hot and bothered? Okay. Your craft is still in the air. Landed this time. You're still, yeah. Hair flip. I mean, it's fine. I mean, you can shade me. Just do it right. That just didn't hit. It's like, are you white? Very European of you. How European? Love you. But yeah, so her flip. Get your shade right. That's completely fine. Just make it hit piss me off. That didn't piss me off. I was more confused than anything. Gays. So right, it is about time that he stood up for himself. It is. He needed to stand up for himself, and I was proud of him. Like I said, I'm just, I'm glad he ain't like come for her, because I don't feel like that's what was needed within that moment. You just need to stand up for yourself. That's all. Just show her that you are your own person. You don't have to kiss her ass. You absolutely do not have to kiss her ass. Shout out to Kim G. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. Here says, I agree with you when it comes to Storm. I'm proud of him too. Yes, I was proud. I was just like, this is good. And not good because I don't want it to seem like I'm happy that this dude is coming at this female. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like a man attacking a female, because TASHA part nigga. So let's just start there. But yeah, I was proud that he stood up for himself, because he's been letting her run over him for a very long time. So now that he stood up for himself, I was proud of Storm. I was like, good for you. Good for you. Type of moment, good for you. Good for you. Yeah, I've been hearing that a lot too. With that, people are trying to make it like a reality show. People saying, like Tasha, because Tasha even said on Conscious TV when all that stuff was going on Christmas, that they should make a reality show type of situation. I don't know if this was supposed to be the start of it, and then it just completely, I don't know, because now it just seems like everything is bad. It just seems like everything is bad. But they need a new storyline, because this one is getting old fast. Shout out to Deidre for the super sticker. This one's getting old quickly. So I would suggest them spin it in another way, because this is going to... The Storm and Tasha piece is the most interesting piece, if you ask me. We don't give a fuck about no Vaughn. We don't give a fuck about no Chelsea. We fuck her and fuck Vaughn. Like, we don't care about neither one of those wastes of spaces. But the Storm and Tasha, that's interesting. That's interesting, because they have history. We don't care to hear about no slut that busted open for a convict. Convict music. Yeah, we don't care about a dumb bitch that busted open for a nigga she knew wasn't about shit. Like, we don't care about that. But Chelsea is a dumb slut that works for Kibi Studios and sleeps with the talent, sleeps with the clients. Mm-hmm. Yes. You never win when you play dirty. Absolutely, Armon Wiggins. You never do. Now she on there hooping and hollering. Armon, did you see this look, friend?
Storm.
What happened? You brought this nigga to my house. That's what you did. You brought this
Storm.
What happened? You brought this nigga to my house.
Ooh.
That's what you did. You brought
you
this
chose to
motherfucking nigga
become
to my
friends
house.
with the nigga. You're a grown ass, done nothing but help you, Storm. What have I done? Storm. Storm.
What happened? You brought this nigga to my house. That's what you did.
That was real, girl. They be trying to make it seem like all of this is fake. I don't know. I feel like it started off as fake. I feel like it's becoming real. I feel like it's becoming real. It's becoming real. It's becoming real. So, like, I'm telling y'all, this is fine. He crying. He better not be over there crying beige and crying. He better not be over there crying. Y'all, I cannot. This has become real. Tasha did all of this shit, try to make it seem like, her and, Storm is good, and they're not. I told y'all. It was definitely something up. It was definitely something up. I feel like, oh, not a problem. You ain't said nothing but a word. Nothing but a word. Nothing but a word. It's like, what's Tia? You Tamara, what's Tia? So it's just like, I would say I can't believe it, but I can. Like, I mean, this was always gonna happen. I mean, it always was gonna happen. It was always gonna happen. It was just gonna take the right person to come in and, you know, kind of tear it apart. And Chelsea was she was the thing that came in and tore it all apart. Hi, Mr. Wiggins. Ooh.
Hey, I look a mess right now.
That's fine.
But how are you? I'm in
I'm
my
good.
bed
How are
just
you,
watching
friend?
the content.
Mm.
Huh?
How do you feel about all this?
Oh God, let me see. Well, I'm loving it.
Oh my God, we're not supposed to laugh, friend.
Ooh. No, honestly.
Okay.
I feel fan-fucking-tastic because I was saying this 3 years ago.
Mhm.
Tasha K, just that whole little shit would happen with Conscious and all that, and was falling, you know, the storm. Listen, Tasha K is the problem. She fought. This is the same story that happened with me 3 years ago, just different, a little different, but the same situation. I mean, I watched that live, and you know, Storm is fed up. He's been fed up for a while. But
Yeah.
guess what? I don't feel bad for him either.
Ooh.
You know why?
Why?
Because here's the thing: the reason why I don't feel bad for him either, because you got the money, nigga. You got the clout. You got the money. There's no way that you thought you was going to sit up there and dance with Tosh, dance with the devil, and not think that there was going to be any repercussions. You got what you set out for, but people tried to warn you. You started fucking beef with me. You started, we so cool. Tasha, they all jealous of you, this, that, and the third. And you finally got to see what everybody was talking about. But the tea is, if you've been listening to him talk, he realized it early on. He
Yeah.
was fed the fuck up from day one, but he couldn't say shit
Mhm.
because he didn't want to look like a fool. He didn't want everybody to say, like, we told you so, nigga. You know what I mean? But here we are. We
No,
told you so,
absolutely.
nigga. We told you so. And
Yeah.
here's the thing. I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. I just didn't know when. But I just knew it because I'm like, I never lied about anything that transpired with Tasha K. And I just I couldn't see. I'm like, how this is not going to last because Tasha K, she simply cannot keep friends or mentees or anybody long. And then we find out that she was not his friend, she said. She said that she was just his mentor.
Oh yeah, she did say that. She did, and
Mhm.
she also said that he's not affiliated with Kiwi Studios. She said, "Why do I have to tell you anything?" I'm like, "Oh word."
And so this is the part where I think that he didn't realize, and where I think he fucked up, because I think he was really frustrated because she had really had Chelsea's back a lot.
Hmm.
And you know what I don't think people realize about women and gay men, I mean not all, because I know there's women in chat. Don't cancel Sean. I don't give a fuck if you think you're gonna cancel me. Fuck you, bitch. But at the end of the day, um I think that she feels Storm is gay, because then she also insinuated that he's soft and his husband is not, and her husband is not. She did say that. But you got to understand this. When Storm got picked up by Tasha K, it was very much so out of spite. Okay. She likes to say that it wasn't, but she was looking for a bulldog to, and a guard dog to battle people like me and you. So build up a platform, because during that time, I had the platform, I had a huge platform. I was getting the thousands of people in the chat, and I was dragging her. She needed somebody that was a quote unquote man to have a platform that can defend her.
Right.
Right. And so that's why when he came out like the defender. Remember, they did that whole interview with that boy that was lying on me, all that shit. And they thought Storm was the defender. Be very clear. He was doing this prescriptions on me. He jumped on the OG shit. Like he was doxing my dad. Like he was out there to get me, and Tasha K loved it. Remember, she was posting his income in comparison to mine. She was
Hmm.
posting like, your enemies will become your Storm's. God made Storm's enemies his footstool. These bitches could never come for Storm. He wished he was Storm. Like they really had Storm thinking that he was that guy and he was out here to end me.
Hmm.
However, Storm quickly realized, okay, I'm not about that life. When that massacre came, when he as was the T.S. Madison podcast, and I responded when that came, and Storm said, "Okay, I'm done with the shit." He kind of disappeared. Then all of a sudden, it was, don't put Tasha K's name in the chat. Don't do this. Don't do that. He started pulling away from her for whatever reason. Now, I say all of that to say, you get Chelsea. I even hate mentioning her name because she's messy as fuck, right? But one thing that is for sure, she's gonna be in these chats. She's gonna be the guard dog for Tasha K on the blogs. She's gonna go count every video with Tasha K's name in it and talk about you. There's 435 videos with Tasha K, and all you guys live. All you guys want to be her, and da da da. She's gonna sit and blow the smoke up Tasha K's ass. Where Storm, he got the money and ran. He wasn't on no, I'm going to sit up here and defend Tasha K and defend Tasha K. So where people got it fucked up is they thought that, Storm thought that Tasha K truly wanted a mentee to show, to show like, look it, I've created this guy. This is the school of Tasha K, and he's going to go on his merry way. No, she wanted the defender dog. And once she realized that you weren't that, and if you're battling against Chelsea, who is her ultimate defender and who's going to be loyal to her, bitch, if I got to choose between you or Chelsea, I'm choosing Chelsea because you don't do what I need you to do. You do your YouTube thing, but I need you out here battling Armon and Sean, and I need you out here bigging me up. I need you to be about me, and you're too about you.
I agree. I think that Storm has always tried to keep it neutral with us. I feel like he's never wanted us on his case. He always tried to kind of, simple. But one thing that I will say about that is that's the whole reason Tasha and I fell out in the first place. It's because of the live that we were in. And I said, Tasha, why is it okay that you come over here and defend Storm when there's a female that's coming for him? Yet Armand's been dragging you and Storm has said nothing. And she said, that's not Storm's problem. That's my battle. So then I'm like, okay, well then cool. So then ever since then, I didn't like her. I'm like, okay, well now I have a problem with you. Now my issue is with you because that's literally why she got Storm. Like she needs to try to stop making it seem like that's not why she brought Storm on the bandwagon. Because she was supporting Storm every time he was making a prescription about you. Anytime he was shading you, she was right there
for the whole year, bro. She would share for at least a year and a half. She would share every video of his to try to make sure that he surpassed me or had more views than me. And anytime he had more live viewers than me, she would share. Look at Storm. He's got more live viewers, and look at that. He's going to be at 100K next. Remember, she was doing all of that, igniting all of that to try to piss me off. And here's the thing I forgot to say. Now, when it comes to the women, I feel like she thinks he's gay. I mean, that's up for debate. But at the end of the day, you got to understand this: when a gay man is going against a woman, understand that and there's another woman involved. Those two women are going to stick together against that gay man every time.
Yeah.
Period. Now, if it's a nigga that they want to fuck, that's some testosterone in the mix, they might turn on each other. But if it's a gay man and it's two women, them women gonna stick together. Period. And so at the end of the day, you mix that with the fact that Storm not doing what Tasha really need him to do, which is being the ultimate Tasha K defender. Baby, you gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in you because I really secretly feel like I wasted my time with you because now I'm feeling the way that you done got the money, you done got all these subscribers off me. Yeah. And you really not paying enough homage.
And Tasha does, or the employee does defend Tasha 10 times more than Storm basically ever has.
Yes.
I will say that she does. She goes to bat. Storm does not. There's a lot of stuff that goes on with Tasha, especially when certain other YouTubers are coming for her and discussing her. Storm tried to make it seem as if he stopped talking about YouTubers once he hit 100K. I feel like that's bull. You don't talk about YouTubers so you can use that as an excuse for the ones that go after Tasha. You don't have to respond to or say anything to. You do that to keep you out of fire.
Well, that's because very early on, he realized that she was full of shit. Because she never likes to admit that she told me that she wanted me to be on a podcast with her. Then the idea was she got Storm, so they were going to do a podcast. Storm got there. She helped him out for a little bit. Then she disappeared. You know what I mean? They brought him on the podcast. She kept telling the nigga to shh. and shut the fuck up. Then everybody thought he was gay. Then he went on there and asked T.S. Madison how big her dick was, and we never seen Storm on a podcast again.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Yeah.
she was out there, Storm was out there to do work with her, and be, like the mini, but that she realized early on, because she keeps saying it, Storm wasn't built for that.
Yeah.
He couldn't handle it. Remember, she said that he broke down and had to go to therapy and had all these mental fucking issues.
No, absolutely. Do you think any of this is fake?
No. So when it comes down to a lot of people thought when me and Tasha K fell out, it was fake. Mm-hmm. It wasn't fake. It wasn't for
views. I said that earlier too. When me and that one chick fell out, everybody thought it was fake. Everybody's like, "Oh no, they capping." I'm like, "No, this is real. Like, no, we really into it. Type of situation." So it's like only time will tell. Like, I guess y'all got to see, that we truly into it, because I think it's the same thing with you and Tasha. That a lot of people felt like, "Oh no, they're just doing this for attention," and then time showed that no, they really fell out. Like Armon and Tasha are really not cool anymore.
No, Storm really fell away. Storm really feels away, but he's been feeling away. Mm-hmm. And then what fucked me up is he said she heard that he called, that Vaughn told her that Storm called her toxic, and he said, "I didn't call you that." Then she said, "What if I have a recording?"
I know.
I'm like, son of a bitch. So all y'all do is sit up there and record
each other. I never want to be around you
motherfuckers.
On in y'all camp? Like this,
I would never want to be around any of you motherfuckers. No. And in the fact that shit was being recorded like that is Chelsea and Tasha clearly been talking about you.
Right. I agree.
That's just crazy. Like, bitch. So y'all got recordings. And the Storm like, "Oh well, if I said that, then I probably motherfucker, you said it." Because like nigga, if you didn't say that,
you said that shit. Like I said, you called Tasha toxic. I'm like, no, you called her toxic.
You called her toxic. You called her toxic. And my thing is, I knew that Storm really didn't want no problem with me, because he even tried to make amends and be cool later on, just recently. And she was like, "Nah, you don't need to apologize. You don't need to take accountability for that shit." But he don't want to really be beefing with all of us. But I still, until he comes to me like an adult, like he does it to everybody else, I can't respect that. Because until you come to me and say, "You know what, bro, I did do that fuck shit," like you gotta humble yourself and be like, "Bro, I did do that fuck shit. I tried to dox your dad. I said all this nasty thing. I literally, really, motherfuckers, let's really talk about it. Niggas talk about how he got his shit off for Tasha K. The nigga really got majority of his clout off of me. Be very clear. He came out dragging me, doing prescriptions first, then the OG shit happened. That was a big influx of motherfucking people. And then the Jaguar Wright was the biggest thing. And Jaguar Wright came out and told you she only went over there to be spiteful to me. So those were his biggest moments where he got the most influx outside of Tasha, and then his little Kardashian shit that was early on. But before that, there was nothing. It was a lot of Armon Wiggins hate people, and then Tasha K sharing. And so I don't respect it still. I don't have a problem with it, but I ain't really feeling bad, because it's like, nigga, that's a bitch ass nigga move. Because you've been knowing from the jump, Tasha K been full of shit. You feel me? And so as a man, you should have been able to come and be like, "Bro, honestly, I don't want no beef. You know what? You said it. My bad. I apologize. Whatever." And we really honestly could have moved on and probably did some dope things, or maybe we didn't have to be cool. But I can't respect it because, nigga, you knew she was a shit. And so now you get what the fuck you deserve. And I'm glad that she doing that shit, because you still didn't come out and be like, "Bro, you was right," or that was some foul shit that happened. But you seeing it now. You seeing it now, and you should see it, because you stood behind that bitch and you was with all that fuck shit that she was with, and you knew that shit was wrong.
Yeah.
So I don't feel bad.
No, I completely get where you're coming from. Like, I mean, you can't do all of this stuff in the name of this person, and then when you fall out with this person, we're all just supposed to be like, "Okay, well, cool, you come over here and be with us," type of situation. It's like, no. And I said the same thing earlier today in my earlier show. Like, Storm and I wouldn't mind being cordial with him. It's just that he'd have to step to me for real, and we would have to have a conversation. Instead of, just some behind the scenes fake ass apology type shit. No, this should happen publicly. Let's talk about it publicly. Type of situation. Like you said, humble yourself and let's just have the conversation, and let's just be done with it, you know, and just let it be, you know, what it is. But he started all of this shit, and the majority of it was in the name of Tasha. And I feel like a lot of people sleep on the fact they think like, oh, well, Tasha's the one who created Storm. We're not saying that Tasha didn't create Storm. There are a lot of things that contributed to Tasha wanting Storm more so, especially in the beginning, more so to spite Armon, because she was calling him Mr. 27 or wherever many days or whatever, and all this shit, making it seem as if Armon was jealous of anybody that will come through.
Sean, you remember I sent you my revenue when Storm I sent it to you and you never posted it.
Yeah.
How much was it? It was the same fucking amount.
It was the same amount.
Never posted.
Yeah. It was the same amount. Well, actually, it was 1,000 more. You made 1,000 more. But
they were trying to, but she was like, post your income. Storm is killing you.
And that's what I found weird, because we're like, well, why would you post Storm income? Post your own. Like, why are you posting Storm? The competition is not Armon and Storm. The competition is Armon and you. And that's what she was pressed about, because she wanted to try to make it seem like you weren't on her level. Your Storm's level is what she was trying to do.
With Storm is you was letting her do that weak ass shit. That's why I can't feel like honestly, like Tasha K is really fucking trash. Like she literally can't falls out with everybody, but it's hard to feel bad for Storm because you let her do that shit. So you need to feel the shit. Like I'm not like I feel bad for him a little bit, but I'm like, you weak ass nigga, you knew she was doing this bullshit and you went with it. So now it's like you get what you deserve because you laid with that fucking dog. And you knew she was doing doggy shit. So this is the karma that you get that everybody's been fucking talking about.
Do you think they're gonna work it out?
No.
Why?
They're not gonna work it out because Tasha K feels exposed. And this was her way to, this is her way out. Like, and if you listen to her on the country, she's thinking, I'm the one that helped him. I did this, and he's been gone off his channel for weeks. And she thinks that he did this to get into the algorithm, to get some clicks and views without having to directly talk about the case. So he thinks that he thinks that she went online. I mean, she thinks that he went online to talk about whatever they got going on because it would drive traffic, because her name right now is a hot button topic. And so this is a way to inadvertently get traffic to his page. So she feels burned by him. That's number one. But number two, Storm feels little boy, son, the way that she was talking to him in her live, because she kind of like, she does this kind of passive aggressive, dry way of like dragging you or insulting you or trying to make you like belittle you. And she was doing that to him in that video, making him like he was like some little bitch.
Yeah, she did.
But you gave her that power.
She said that he's been out of contract for her for 2 years. Do you believe that?
I could believe that. Here's the thing. I don't believe that this is the first rodeo. I believe that he's been frustrated since he got there.
No, I agree. That's why I said that person on that video that I just showed with him yelling at her, that's somebody that's fed up, meaning like a build up. You know, that's not something that just transpired. No, this has been wanting to come out of you. You just haven't really had the opportunity to do so. And she gave you that opportunity today by coming at you how she did. And it's just, that's it, you know, like, because a person can only take so much. You can only go, you know, you're only gonna be in that corner for so long before you start fighting your way out of it. And I feel like that was him fighting himself out of that corner. You know, like she always not bullies him, but whatever Tasha tells Storm to do, he normally does it. And I feel that he does not ask many questions. I feel that he just does. As of recently, the stuff that Tasha's been taking him through is his end button. You know, like, I'm just done. Like, I've been dealing with this shit for so long. I am over it. You know, and it came out. Like, it definitely came out. That was not anything planned. That came out of.
You know what kills me too is that Tasha K will sit there with a calm voice and somehow be the victim. That's what really fucks me up. Like, really, all of this.
He was even literally trying to be the victim of doxing him. Like you whole doxed this dude, and you're sitting here with a calm voice trying to. No, you doxed him. Like you cannot. How are you the victim right now? Storm is the
This is what
victim.
I'm
Like
saying.
within this moment, like how are you? Whoa, it's me. I'm Tasha K. Like what?
Let's be very clear. Most definitely, Storm is the victim through and through. He
Yes,
is the victim.
he
I
is the
just can't
victim.
feel bad for him. You know why? Because when others were the victim, like me and you and other people, and it was good, and they was eating crab with Star, and they was feeling good, he was with it.
Yeah,
He was with it, and he knew she was dirty then. So
I agree.
now, when she's done you dirty, bitch, I don't feel that bad because you was with the dirt. He was with it when it was benefiting him. And he was turning a blind eye to it while he was getting paid. But you got to understand, a bitch like Tasha K will eat her own kids. What the fuck you think that you exempt?
Oh my God. So we know that this is a distraction from her case, but still at the same time, she has not really been able to put much work or energy towards this whole scandal. She's only been throwing her little tidbits in here and there. But Storm has been running with this. Von's been running with it. Forehead has been running with this story. So I understand it's supposed to be a distraction, but the Cardi story in the court, in the trial, it's just way bigger. So it's just like, I really don't see how that can be like a distraction when the Cardi trial, that's just huge. Like that's, you
Well, that's
can't.
why I don't talk about, I'm not talking about the Storm Tasha thing on my platform. It's just for me, because like I already knew this was going to happen. I just feel very vindicated because for years, bitch, people just swore that I was just so jealous of Storm and so jealous of Tasha. And I'm like, no, girl, this woman is dirty. And it's all coming out.
Mhm.
And I'm just so happy that I'm here to
Yeah.
bear witness.
Yeah, absolutely. And Storm can defend it because she did it on a public platform. She did him
Yes.
dirty tonight.
And then she kind of dried insinuated that he do coke.
She didn't dry say she insinuated. She said it multiple times. She said it twice. She said, I'm inclined to believe what Von told me about you. And Storm said what Von allegedly said to her before Tasha came onto the panel. So she said it. She didn't allude to it. She said it. And she said it twice. So she
Wow.
said it. That's why I said she did him dirty tonight. Oh, she did him dirty.
Well, you know
Oh,
why
she
she feels betrayed. She feels betrayed, and and the thing is, he spoke out against her. So you know what? So this is classic Tasha K. When you do that, she'll come on with a calm voice, and then she'll make it seem like you're like everybody else. You're like Lovely T. You're like Candace. You're like 29 Days. Everyone just uses little old me when really, Tasha, you came out and went live first.
Mhm.
And you unfollowed Storm first because I don't know the whole thing with Yvonne. It stops at Tasha and Storm for me. The Vaughn and the Chelsea, I don't go that far. Because I'm just not in here. I'm not interested. But yeah, ciao. This is classic Tasha K. I'm just here. I'm glad to be a part of the services. I just wanted to come on here because I just needed to get this out, bitch. I need to get this out. I
I know
told you
you did.
motherfuckers this shit wasn't gonna motherfucking last. I told you, fuck all these motherfuckers. This is what they get. They set up to try to destroy me, bitch. And look at they destroying their motherfucking selves.
Kibi's is on fire. Kibi Studios is on fire. I had another quick point that I wanted to get off with you before you leave. So with them trying to attack you and whatnot, say that never happened. You and Tasha didn't fall out. Are you relieved at the fact that you did fall out so that you didn't have to deal with what he's dealing with?
100%. The biggest thing that I'm at, because when I get cool with people, I can get close and we can get when you build a rapport with somebody and you get that close and get that far, like you can start becoming vulnerable. And something that I always knew, but it just really registered tonight when she said, "What if I have a recording?" That really fucked with me because I'm like, y'all all sit around and just be secretly recording each other. And at some point you get vulnerable around people. So it's like I would never, ever want to be in a space where Tasha K felt like, okay, yeah, bitch, now I'm going to end you because I done told her some pertinent information. So I believe that every fucking thing that is like a no or something that doesn't work is a blessing in disguise. And I'm so glad that I didn't get too far deep in with Tasha K because I feel like knowing my personality and knowing and seeing her personality now, we were gonna fall out eventually.
Right.
Just because I'm not gonna be I wouldn't have lasted. Clearly I didn't. I wouldn't have lasted this long because just off the strength of how the woman would play him after the interviews, off the strength of when she made that post, okay, I'm taking you off my titty now. Like little shit like that. I'm like, girl, what the fuck you doing? Like, stop playing. I'm grown. You know what I mean? Like debunking my interviews and shit. Like she was always doing weird shit to him. And so I feel like I would never want to mentor like that because it's like you can only grow as far as they will allow you to. Like you could never go past them because the minute it looks like you might go past them, then she starts doing weird shit. She start looking at you as competition and start trying to like stunt your growth. And that's essentially what she started doing to him. And then she started trying to like sun him for a very long time. You know what I mean? And then so a lot of people lost a lot of respect for Storm Monroe just the way, because as a straight man, to allow a woman to just sit over here and hold you around like that, it's just kind of like, where are your balls at?
Yeah. And that's what we got to see tonight, a little bit of that, because I've never seen him like that before. So I was surprised and actually a little bit proud of him because it's just like, good for you for standing up for yourself, because I mean, you need to, because as Storm sees, he's used to Tasha riding for him because Tasha would back him. She would have his back with a lot of situations, but at this moment in time, he had to have his own back because there's nobody there. Normally it's Tasha.
Let me ask you this. Do you believe that she set him up or she got his car stolen? Or she was the reason why his car was stolen because she said that she put out that he lived in Buckhead, which I don't think was that big of a deal. Buckhead is pretty big. Niggas don't have to know exactly where the fuck you live in Buckhead.
I do.
Wasn't like she said the apartment complex.
I'm not going to say Tasha had anything to do. I think maybe Chelsea. But Tasha, no. I really don't, because Tasha came up there and put that in Storm's mouth because Storm didn't even insinuate that Tasha had anything to do with his car missing. Tasha did. When Tasha came up there, because she just like, I can't believe that you will basically sit up here and insinuate that I have something to do. And then Storm looking at her like, I never said anything like that. Like, what are you talking about? So I feel like Tasha's using that as part of her strategy for this fallout. Because like you said, I feel like Tasha's looking for an out with Storm.
Oh, okay.
So I think that she's kind of putting that together to add insult to injury, because the real reason she's mad at him, like you said, she feels burned because he trusted Vaughn more than he trusted Tasha. Because he
yes,
with that situation. But Tasha's not realizing that she already broke that code with Storm with Chelsea. Chelsea did not just come around. Tasha been taking Chelsea's side over Storm's, coming at Storm about Chelsea, putting Chelsea before Storm. Like, she's been doing all of that stuff. And Storm just swallowed it. He just took it. He just let it happen.
Well, the Vaughn piece, let me tell you from the energy that I got. He did fuck with Vaughn more because Vaughn is a handsome boy. I'm not going to hate. You know what I mean? Vaughn is a cute boy, And so with Vaughn being a cute boy, it gave Storm this ability. Storm felt cool. In my mind, Storm is a loser. Shade. You know what I mean? It's no shade. But he felt not like a loser like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, corny. Right. But I mean, lame. Everything that I've been saying about him, literally Tasha K said, like, first of all, no straight man talks about getting pussy. No gay man sits there. I don't sit up there and let niggas know when I'm fucking a nigga or when I got my dick sucked. Just know, bitch, I'm a badass nigga and I'm fucking. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? You just know that, I mean, when you getting it, you getting it. You don't gotta be humping fucking pillows and faking OnlyFans and talking about, you know, going to this thing and doing that. Like, you don't have to do all that when you really about that life. You feel me? That's like some virgin, corny, you know, American Pie weirdo type of shit. Like, I want to fit in with the black kids type shit. You know what I mean? But I feel like Von has that edge. So he felt like, you know, we the light-skinned niggas, we cool, we bang, bitch. You know, Von made him feel like, oh, okay, nigga, you kind of fly, you getting tattoos, you smoking weed, you get hair, you got a little money now, you getting hair, you in Atlanta, you feel me? So now you got a nigga you can roll with. Now you feel like you kind of lit, you fly, you know, you smoking your weed and shit, you know, and so now it's like you in the city, you know, so he felt cool. Where Tasha K was like, I don't like Von no more, so you shouldn't like Von. Chelsea don't like Von, so you shouldn't like Von. But then Storm slipped up and got too buddy with Von and said that bitch Tasha K is toxic as fuck. And Von went back
and told
or
Tasha.
there was a recording and told Tasha.
Well, see, but no, there's no. It was Von would have been the one to have recorded Storm. It would not have been Tasha.
Wow.
So Storm allegedly said that to Von. And Von went and told Tasha. So I don't know if he brought Tasha the recording, like, look, listen to what your boy said about you, because she said she got a recording. So who recorded it? If he only
to be honest with you, I don't even know if she had a recording. I just think that she said that to get his I think she said that to get his reaction, and the reaction said, I said it.
Oh, she was definitely bluffing. Because she told Von too that she had recorded.
It fucking worked.
It did. It definitely did.
It fucking worked.
Yeah,
it fucking worked. Not only did you call her toxic, bitch, you've been lighting and firing her ass up to anybody that would listen. You should have seen Storm face. He like, shit.
Well, she bluffed him, like you said, she bluffed him because he said, well, if I did say that, I don't recall saying that. If I did, I apologize. Like, no. What are you apologizing? You said you didn't say it. Now that she got this recording, now all of a sudden you may have possibly said it. Like, oh, okay. So she called his bluff. She wanted to see if he really said that. And it seems as if he may have. It seems as if he did.
And so that's kind of where I'm at with it. And I got one more thing too. Like, I don't know. Like, so do you feel bad for Storm?
Now, I will say this to a certain extent, because one, like I said, I don't find pride, you know, or pleasure, you know, of them two getting into it with me, because I ain't no hating ass hoe. So them falling out don't do nothing for me, just like them being cool don't do nothing for me. But I just think that with Storm, why I say I feel bad for him is because why put him into all of this shit just to like throw him away? It's like, if y'all are gonna fall out, I feel like it should be over something real. I don't think it's over anything real. I just think Tasha's over Storm. I just think that there's a lot of people coming for her and a lot of stuff happening with her, and Storm has been ignoring her. Like, he does not cover her. He ain't covering nothing in what's going on with her and Carter or anything like that. He doesn't support her. He barely ever says her name. You know, and I think that she's just over it. And then on top of that, I introduce you to this nigga and you choose him over me, you know, because I feel like that's how she feels. Like, he chose Von over her. But I feel like she's completely overlooking the fact that she has been overlooking Storm for a long time. So that's what kind of makes me feel like a little like sorry for him, because it's just like he took it. You know, while she overlooked him and put Chelsea before him and all of that shit, he didn't bitch him out. He didn't complain. He ain't start no shit. He ain't do none of that. But then as soon as Tasha feels like Storm is putting Von before her, she starts all of this shit with him. And now he can't be trusted, and now he's not loyal. Well, you've been not loyal. You've been not being able to be trusted. And then
Tasha K is trash.
Von allegedly told Tasha on Thanksgiving about this allegation with Storm and him allegedly doing shnang. Tasha didn't tell Storm.
Oh, Von was doing it with Storm.
Well, Von said he saw him do it. That he allegedly he told Tasha that he saw Storm pull out some shnang, saw Storm do the shnang, which happened in November. Tasha didn't come and tell Storm until this month. It's January, so she been had this information. So Storm feels betrayed.
That's the dirty part.
That's right. So Storm like, why wouldn't you been tell me that? And like, this nigga been living with me and all of this. Like, why would you wait until
I was waiting for a moment like this? This is
and
classic.
That's dirty. That is so messed up.
This is when you were gonna find out.
That is
This
dirty.
is how you were gonna find out. A bitch, she's been collecting tea on you.
That is
for
dirty.
a moment like this.
That is dirty.
But let me tell you something. I still don't feel all the way bad. Storm, you got the money, baby. You got the follow. You got the clout. And then too, listen, I'm making it about me again. It is because bitch, you rebel. No, I'm just. Do y'all remember when I don't forget shit. Do y'all remember when I started doing my tarot cards and people dragged and laughed at me? Storm Monroe was one of them people. Oh yeah, you over there playing with them witch cards and this, that, and the third. That motherfucker now. You got every witch and warlock on your channel. You doing candle magic. You doing spiritual witchy retreats. You got the white witch on your channel. So my thing is, I don't feel bad for a motherfucking thing because you the same shit that you tried to drag our mom for, bitch, you over there getting into. So I just don't like it. Like you was with all that fuck shit when it was to shit on me, but you secretly was like fucking with me. Like you thought I was dope. But you couldn't just be like, oh, that's cool. Because you couldn't be a man and be like, you know what, I don't want to drag this dude. He ain't do nothing to me. But you just wanted to do it. So you know what, nigga? I might feel bad for you after a little bit. But go ahead and take your L. Get this ass super from. Get this expose from Tasha. Feel that shit, nigga. Because this is the shit that you was with that shit. Feel that shit, nigga. Feel that shit. It don't feel good at all. You don't like it. Now that nigga up there about to pop a fucking blood vessel. You invited that nigga to my house. She showed the fuck did. You knew that was the type of dirty bitch that you linked up with when you did it. Nigga. Yeah. Smoke that shit. Smoke that shit, nigga. Let that shit sink the fuck in. Now, next time you'll realize, oh, maybe I don't need to go and do this weird shit because Tasha K niggas is always on some weird shit. So it is fucked up because it ain't his fault. But I can't feel too bad because the nigga got the money. And ain't none of this shit.
Like, and he know he got the money. Like he know he's straight. Like he said, he don't even want the car no more. He about to get a new car. All of that stuff. But he said that his spiritual advisor told him that he is under a warfare. Spiritually, that's why you shouldn't be going on all of these trips with all these weird ass witches and shit and all of this stuff. You wouldn't be under a spiritual warfare, and now it's against your own mama. So it's just like, I mean, what are you gonna do? And that's why.
And then did Tasha K say that Storm and his grown ass mama moved in with her or moved to her? Like, what did she say?
She said I believe his mom was staying with him for a while, and then he moved her out.
But she said something about a grown ass woman. They both moved to Atlanta. Like she had gave that. That is so crazy.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind. They got the streets on fire though. That's what.
Okay, so let me ask you this too, because he had mentioned a lot of people, the gay men in this sector that talk about him. I'm not one of them. And I know he's not talking about me. So I'm assuming he's talking about you and King Pain and, things of that, maybe even Conscious. Are you guys attracted to Storm Monroe?
Gross.
Do you pick on him because you like him?
Ew. No, I pick on him because he's short. And he has an angina. But no, don't nobody want no goddamn Storm because he's very gettable. Like, I mean, it's different when, somebody's like completely out of your league. Storm is in no league. There's no league for him.
Do you think King Pain is attracted to him?
No. Do I think that King Pain like low-key think he cute? Maybe. I don't think that he like wants him. Like, I don't think that, no.
Do you think Conscious wants him?
No comment. I plead the fifth. I don't know. They be flirting low key. Like it do like they be flirting like low key. So I don't feel like Conscious has taste. So I don't feel like Conscious is like thirsty or anything like that.
So if Storm Monroe came out of the closet and said, "Hey, Sean, we have a lot going on. We have a lot of history. Let's just me and you have a conversation private. I'll fly you out, and I kind of want to get to know you." What would you do?
If who said that to me?
If Storm came out the closet and tried to, have a one-on-one meeting with you, what would you do?
Live.
I sure would. I would go live. Look, y'all, this little short beige motherfucker trying to sleep with me. I will go live about it. I sure would, just like I did radio. Like, oh no, gross. Oh no, I want no
You would
parts.
go live with that
I don't
information, so
think
you wouldn't
Storm
be
is
that.
an ugly guy. I think I would be lying if I said that Storm is ugly. But because I just feel like he's ugly, but I don't find him attractive either. Like I don't find him like, oh, I want to. I've never seen him like in that way. I've just never looked at him like that.
Do you think he's straight?
I think Storm likes what likes him.
Okay.
I'll just put it like that.
Okay.
I think he likes what likes him.
I think he's straight. I don't think he's gay.
This is my thing. The reason why I'm not going to say Storm is gay is because I don't know any men that he slept with. That's what classifies a person as gay to me. But I also don't know any women he slept with to classify him as heterosexual. So until then, Storm likes what likes him.
Yeah, to me, I just find it a bit odd for a straight man to, like, he doesn't even have, like, you can clearly tell. I don't think Von is gay, but you can tell that he has a masculine demeanor about him. But I just feel like straight men, at some point, you compliment women and it doesn't come off as a force. You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes that what Storm do, like, it kind of like force, like, oh, I look at the girl, she's got big old titties, and it's like, that's so corny. Like I battle with the idea of, like, is he straight or is he just kind of corny? You know what I mean? And not really had a lot of life experience. Is he gay or corny where he hasn't had a lot of life experience? You know what I mean? But it almost feels like I really honestly don't know, because I feel like, you know, why would you, like, not that I'm looking all the time, but when I do go and peek and be nosy, no shade, it's like you go on all these trips and everything is so secretive. What straight man is that secretive? You don't have no homeboys that you kick it with. You don't have a pretty bitch. You're never doing a story time about a chick that you met, or you went on a date on Valentine's Day, or you don't even show a bitch hand, or a bitch with some toenail polish or feet. You don't even take one of those kind of pictures. And a girl where you don't show her face, she just got some pretty hair and a cute body, and you know what I mean, and you hugging her, like, you have no bitches around you. I don't, like, I'm a gay man, and if I was single, I'm gonna have some niggas around me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go out of town with some niggas. Like, everything is so secretive. So the fact that it's so secretive, it's like it's something to that. Like, or what is the secret? Like why don't you?
I don't think it's a secret. I think I think you don't see it because it's not happening. Because there are a lot of people out there that it's just not happening. You know, Tasha even said out of her own mouth during the Storm Monroe live that he had been celibate. You know, so with him being celibate, you know, and whatnot, if he's not taking pictures of females, it's because he's not around them. If he's not taking pictures with his homeboys, it's because he's not around them. You know, like, that's just how I look at it. I mean, like, you're a pretty private person too. You don't put all your business out there, but you will put something out there. You know, there's at least a little trail that you have a life. You know, you're not putting you know, but you do leave little tidbits out there. With him, it's just like nothing. You know, so it's just that is a little confusing, especially for somebody that likes to post that they're going on trips, you know, and stuff like that. Okay, well, what are you doing? I
just don't know no straight man. I just don't know no straight man, you know, that kind of because, like, let's get it, like, he ain't all the way just humble. He likes to be a little bit braggadocious about what he got. So I don't know no straight man that don't have with some money, that's an influencer, that don't got a bad bitch around for the weekend. I mean, you ain't got like, you don't have a bitch in your car with her looking out the window and her hair blowing, so we just at least get to see you got a girl in the front seat. Right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're never around a bitch. Like,
and then gifts,
I don't get it. Like,
people buy each other gifts. I've never seen him post any gifts. I mean, the only gift I've ever seen him post was today when he showed the bag that Von gave him.
Oh shit! That's what I'm saying. I just feel like any man, like any real nigga, like any boy, like any guy, like whether you black, white, whatever, you gonna show that you got females around. Like you, like you a bachelor, like you know, I'm gonna show that I got bitches, like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna show I got a female. I'm gonna show. I mean, even if I'm holding a bitch hand and I just take a picture,
right? Even if it's
holding a girl hand and Neiman Marcus or something, like, goddamn, like you know, I got a bitch.
Something. Yeah, there's nothing.
I just been around my brothers and shit, and you could tell when when boys got, especially when they got a little money, they got a little nice car, they decent looking. You can tell when they got a little female around. Like you don't have no bitches.
Yeah, none. But they're just not present. I mean, even when Chelsea was staying at his house, they were saying he didn't even have any pictures with her. You know, I mean, he just I don't know. I find it weird. I don't know who has to be that private, because it's like if you're gonna talk about it, I don't know. I just feel like hetero men, not all of them are the same. Everybody's different, but I do feel like they move in a certain way. I mean, Vaughn, he at least smashing chicks. You know the chicks that he smashed, at least one or two of them. With Storm, it's just like
I literally was like, bitch, I just fucked a porn star bitch on the floor. I mean, you ain't gonna be that vulgar.
You know,
but I mean, you know, he let you know, what I'm saying? Like, and I believed, I believed him because he said that shit with his chest. I literally believed him. You know what I mean? But it's like, I don't know. But anyway, child, I was just going here being messy, child. You know, I'm in the bushes. You're doing a fantastic job. Hashtag no mentor. Keep doing your thing, bitch.
Hashtag no
I don't know. I'm being messy, y'all. So let me get up off here because I'm sure some of y'all want to, and I'm holding y'all up, and I'm just doing a lot of rant. But thanks, Sean, for having me. I appreciate
thanks
you.
for coming up, friend. I love you. Whoa.
Love you more.
Oh my God. Bye, Armon Wiggins.
Bye.
I gotta love him. Shout out to the Armon Wiggins show for coming through. Oh my God, I love him. That's my friend. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to my friend. We had to keep, because I was gonna call him tomorrow and be like, bitch. So y'all just got to see it live, because I was gonna call him tomorrow like, girl, like, tell me what you think now. So, but yeah, shout out to the Armon Wiggins show. Love him. Thank you so much for coming through. It's always a pleasure. Love him. So, yeah, that was the Kiki. Wasn't that fun, guys? Y'all know me and Armon, we're messy. Y'all know we're gonna get to the mess. We're gonna get to the mess. So, shout out to Mr. Wiggins for coming through. I was watching his live. I was going back and forth. I was watching him, then conscious him, then conscious him, then conscious. Like I was jumping back and forth because everybody was live. The YouTube streets have been on fire. Okay, they have been on fire. So we're here for the shits. We're here for the shits. But I love you guys. We're gonna go live again tomorrow. I'll drop the link tomorrow too. If you guys want to come up and have discussions, we can definitely do that. But I have to get to bed. I have an appointment in like 5 hours or 6 hours. So I have to get up. So I love you guys. I just had to come. Y'all kept blowing me up. So I'm like, okay, I'll just go live. So I love you guys. So and thank y'all so much for joining me. I love y'all. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you have not already. Shout out to the Armon Wiggins show for coming through. We love you. Shout out to Conscious TV. And even low-key, shout out to Storm Monroe, because he did his thing tonight. We was proud of you, Storm. You still a thick ass bitch, but we proud of you, Stormisha girl. So I love y'all. And until the next show, my God, bye.
Yeah. Hair flip. Yeah, I'm a badass bitch. I don't like it. Hair flip. Yeah. Oh my God. So you guys should be happy. Oh my goodness. Hair flip. But anyways, hair flip. Hair flipping on these hoes. Hi.